Hmm. Well, lovely is that we have the 10 of discs permeating everything. So I love this how it goes. The 9 of swords to the 10 of discs. Like, don't sleep. Don't stop now. I know you may have felt overly anxious, overly stressed out, but just work through it, because this is your reward. The 10 of discs, sitting so pretty, feeling content with where you are, with your household, your home, all of the worldly goods. They're sitting there. You're sitting pretty. All right. So then the interesting thing is, I think it's because you're sitting so pretty because you have let go of things that are no longer working. In relationship, we have the 2 of Cups reversed. And it's interesting because I believe that Aries got this in their reading too, not in the same place, but the 2 of Cups reversed. Actually, no, it was the Lovers reversed. Never mind. And then we have the unconscious, which is also the Hanged Man reversed, and then the 7 of Cups reversed. Okay, so this is, a contract gone awry that's not healthy for you, that is actually very superficial and isn't going deep, isn't truly who you are. It's just kind of a facade. It's very fake, it's very plastic. And it doesn't leave you any options to grow. It doesn't leave you any options to be who you want to be or for a future. And so I do feel like for a majority of you, this could be a relationship. This could be, it's a relationship, and I mean a romantic relationship. For a lot of people, I think it's somebody new that you have met, somebody within the last 3 to 6 months, and it's just not right. And you feel it, it, but now it's time to kind of cut the ties and move on. And when you do that, you're going to feel like a sense of, that was not the right relationship for me. I was supposed to move on. Okay, I feel good now. I feel free. And if you're not seeing anyone, and this is not the case, then I think it's actually kind of like a midlife crisis in a way. It's, questioning what you want, if this is the right thing for you. If you have grown into somebody new and this relationship no longer serves you, and they have not grown with you, and that you feel stifled and you feel stuck. And so it's time to work through that. And the only way you're going to really work through that is to delve deep within self. And by doing that, the nice thing is you have space to do that. You can't really delve into self if you don't have a secure home, if you don't feel, the 10 of discs, if you don't feel settled. And I feel like you're going to finally have some time, some space to actually do that. Even take a vacation possibly, and just by yourself, and work through some of these questions that you were really asking about yourself in relationship. And then in career, we have the Moon and the Page of Wands reversed, and then the King of Discs reversed. These two people, that's a wand energy and a disc energy. The King of Discs could be you. It is an earth sign, and you're an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Page of Wands is fire energy, so that's Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. But it's a conflict. It's a conflict, an emotional, it just gets under your skin. Like, this could be with a client, but this could also be with a coworker that, when you guys get together, it just brings out the worst in both of you. And it's not healthy for either one of you. It's like you could be doing great. You're really mature. You're making good decisions. And then all of a sudden you come in contact with this young little buck, this spry person who probably spouts out the mouth and doesn't think what they're saying, but people are interested and drawn to them because of their charisma. And you're like, wait a minute. They haven't even been around the block. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know the first thing about what's going on, and that's how you feel. And you actually maybe start voicing this because you're getting so annoyed with this Page of Wands, just kind of stealing the limelight and stealing it in a way that is, literally just stealing it with empty promises. So you're just not handling it. So you could, or handling it well. And so it's hard for you to rise above in a mature, calm way. Like you kind of, want to go into that take the low road. I heard one other tarot reader, and I can't remember her name. I think it's Rock and Roll Tarot. She's wonderful. You look it up. I really respect her work, and she gives very good general reading. So go check her out. But I heard her once say, sometimes you have to take the low road. Sometimes taking the low road and like kicking them where the sun don't shine is the most effective way. Well, this I don't think is a situation in this regard. I think it's, you have to separate yourself from the Page of Wands so that you can kind of shake off their energy and remind yourself what you're about, and then go about your ways. But it does definitely bring out like this emotional dang it feeling, this Page of Wands. And so a good question is, where is that coming from and why? All right, and so in abundance we have the Two of Swords reversed, the Two of Discs upright, and then the Seven of Wands upright. Abundance. Find your balance. You don't know what to do. It's kind of like you're fighting the future, fighting what needs to happen. So what you need to do it. Find that balance. There isn't a question anymore. It's just you have to take the steps forward. You have to take the steps to do it, to make yourself wealthy with spirit, with self, with energy. Stop fighting what you need and start doing it. Okay, and then in Mind, Body, Soul Connection, we have the Three of Discs, and the Guide, and then the High Priestess. And with this, it's really, don't look for out approval. Look within. Look within and find your strength there. Know that you are the weaver of stories. You are the weaver of your life. And the only way that you're going to actually appreciate it and love it is through self, not through the acknowledgement of others. So people might not see the beauty that you are creating within self, but it's really important that you keep creating it. Okay? And you pat yourself on the back. So let's call on the angels and just see some added guidance really quick for Capricorn. Manifestation power. I love it. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. That's kind of what this is saying, is that don't focus on somebody else's good job, Capricorn. Focus on your own good job, Capricorn, and manifest what you need. You are your destiny. You are your greatest cheerleader. Love up on you.
All right, so usually when the Five of Cups is upright, it's pining over loss when you have something worth looking at of a gain. But when it's in the reverse, it's really just kind of driving that into the ground of this obsession almost of the negative, obsession of the things that have gone wrong, and not accepting what is good and what is light in your life, Capricorn. So with the Five of Cups reversed, especially with the Ten of Swords reversed, it's kind of as if you're having a conversation with someone. And let's say you're talking about you have a cold. And your friend says, oh, well, at least, the at least. That one word, at least, at least it's not the flu. At least you don't have pneumonia. And your response is, yeah, well, I've been coughing all the time, so, it kind of feels like pneumonia. And they say, well, I'm so happy that you only have a cold and that you can get over this quickly. And then you say, well, it's already been 3 days, and, I am starting to feel better, but I've lost 3 days. So instead of looking at the spinning it in a positive, it's really just driving it even further and further into the negative. So really watch that for the end of June, of not driving the negative, but finding the light in the situations and holding on to that with gratitude. And then we have the Knight of Wands, and that's in relationship, and they're in reverse. So this is a fire sign, so it can be Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, but they're not in their highest of light. And so they could be doing some some really tricky, sneaky things, possibly even cheating or lying to you for the sake of their own gain. So if you have a fire sign in your midst that you are very close to and you're a little leery and you feel a little that their actions are a little off, their words are a little off, pay attention to that. Hold that for a minute, mull it over, and trust your intuition. Okay? So really trust your intuition and what's going on around you. And then we have the unconscious, and that's the Hanged Man. And this is in career. So I actually really like this for you, Capricorn. I feel like you needed this card. Now, this card, the unconscious, is really tapping into self, tapping into your spirit and the unknown, connecting into a deeper level with yourself and work and what you need and how you want to progress. So a lot of times it can be a challenge. It can be even sometimes a tad emotionally painful to realize some situations need to change, need to shift for the betterment of yourself. But this is in career, so it's only going to push you forward and into a better situation by really delving into what it is you need. And even though you may find out what you need is not what you currently have, you have a goal to work towards, and that is wonderful. So you're on the right path, even though it may seem difficult and a little hazy right now. And then in abundance, we have the Nine of Swords reversed. So it really push forward with this feeling of, even though it may be the unknown, but of a hunch of, yes, this feels right. I know in my heart of hearts, this is where I need to go. Push forward with that. And even though it's stressful and it may cause anxiety, let go of that. Let go of that anxiety. It's coming. It's coming. The abundance is coming. And you have to make a decision. Two of Swords in the mind-body-soul connection is saying it's time to make a decision. You have all the tools. You have all the necessities. You have the craft to make the right decision. Now you just need to pull off the blindfold, see the future, and go forward with it. It's right there for you. You are on the right path. Don't focus on the negative. You have enough there. Really look at that. See it for what it truly is instead of pushing away the possibility of becoming better, stronger, and more abundant. Don't be afraid, Capricorn. You deserve this abundance. You deserve this emotional, spiritual wealth. You are worth it. So let's call in the No and Nafu cards, the visionary cards, for some added guidance. Added guidance for Capricorn, the end of June. The Horse. Okay. In ancient times, the old tribe lived at quite a distance from one another and had no way of connecting. One day a horse showed up at a tribal camp and lay down before the chief. The chief mounted the horse and was taken to the neighboring tribe. The meaning behind this card is that you are meant to cross limits otherwise thought to be out of reach. The horse represents going beyond boundaries you would normally not cross. Cross those boundaries to find new passageways and reveal new thinking. So cross those boundaries, break out of your comfort zone. It's okay. I know it's uncomfortable, but especially with this unconscious card here, it's really saying, I know you're going into the darkness in a way, not even the darkness, but the unknown, but it's a beautiful situation. Feel it, revel in it, become it, and then go through it.